Right. Here we are then. Right. Now, come on, Victoria. Where's that? Let's go and find some thermals.
Thermals? What are thermals?
Hmm? Well, thermals. They're like pockets of air.
They can't have pockets. Trousers have pockets.
So does air.
Private? It never used to be.
Come on! Hey! Into the sky!
Keep it in his pocket!
Here we go, go on then. Let out more string, quick, go on, Victoria, quick, run. Come on then, Captain, the winds are north-northeasterly. Or maybe they're south-southwesterly, or Pretty Montgomery wasn't here, he could tell us. Hey, he'd be the sailor on. All right. Go on then, let out a string, come on, Victoria, let it go. Come on. No, higher, you're not pulling it.
What the devil do you think
Right,
you're doing?
hey.
You've got a ballad, please.
Hold on, sir, hold on. Well, kids have always flown their kites in this field since I can't remember when.
Can't you read? This is private land.
Yeah, but Mr. Whitworth never used to mind, sir.
Mr. Whitworth is dead. I own this land now. You are trespassing.
But we've always played here.
Oh, no, sweetheart. Come on, we'll find another field.
Good day, dear lady. Afternoon, Mrs. Dawes.
Hello, Brigadier.
Postal order, please. Telephone account. £3, 2 and 6, I believe.
I'm awfully sorry, Brigadier. There isn't enough in your post office account.
Oh, really? Oh, dear. Well, I didn't look too closely. Still, the army pension's due next week. That should fill the coffers up. Miss Pilchester. You do look well.
Good afternoon, Brigadier.
Good day, Mrs. Dawes.
Oh, I do feel so sorry for him. He only just managed to pay his electric last month. Oh, dear. I'll put it down then, Mrs. Battersby.
Thank you, Mrs. Dawes.
Thumbs. Straight left arm.
Robert!
Hello?
Read this. There is about to be a vacancy on the Rural District Council.
Ah, splendid.
And you are going to fill it.
Me?
You.
But what do I know about councils?
You only need to know that councillors can make things happen.
Right. What sort of things, Frida?
Now, what have we been talking about for the last 6 months, Robert?
Goodwood.
Now, this chap, Popham, has had to resign because he had a heart attack. Ha, serve him right.
Ah, yes. Now, Popham.
Now, the name's familiar. Isn't he the chap who's...
Against our plans for South Hill.
Yes, that's it. Spoiling the natural beauty, etc.
Well done. Now, you are going to take his place and push it through.
Ah. How do I do that, Frida?
You put your name down as a candidate and you get yourself elected. Oh, don't worry, it'll be a walkover. No one else will bother to stand.
But what about my golf?
Oh, there'll be plenty of time for that when you're on the council. Now, we must start cultivating local influence. I found out something very useful. That boring old brigadier who's chairman of the parish council is on his uppers. Shouldn't be hard to get him on our side. Robert, ask him round for drinks.
The brigadier? But wasn't he Indian Army there?
Ah! Isn't Lady Top recently elevated to the beerage?
Pop, don't. We're a long way off yet.
Oh, right. Sorry, sweetheart. Well, how's this lot going? Selling plenty of pheasant chicks, are you?
Not nearly enough. I must have driven 100 miles today. Hardly enough to cover the cost of petrol.
Oh, dear. Look as though you could do with a good night's kit.
Hello, Ma.
Oh.
Has he been a good boy?
Oh, of course. He's a sweetheart, isn't he, Oscar?
Oh, no. Oh, Sam Popham's in hospital.
Yeah, shame. Heart attack, it says.
Yeah. I reckon his condition is satisfactory, so that's all right then.
We should take him a nice big steak and kidney pudding and a big bottle of stout. That'll cheer him up.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Ma. You know, he's been like a dose of sorts he has on that council.
Couldn't do the same tomorrow, could you, Ma? Just the morning.
Of course, yes. As good as gold, ain't you? Now, listen. I've got an extra chicken and ham pie here for your tea. All you've got to do is pop it in the oven.
Ma, and then what I'd do without you. Both of you. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Come on.
Come on. There you go.
Thanks, Ma. Bye, Pop.
Bye, love.
Yeah, not much point then buying a brewery if you're not going to live to enjoy the beer.
Oh, hello. Tom Sargent here, Bristow's. I just need to order... Yes, but I know it was all taken care of. Before he went abroad, Mr. Bristow made a particular point of settling...
Oh, Charlie. Must have dropped off. What's all this?
More homework, I'm afraid.
Oh, I'm sorry, Charlie. There's a pie in the oven.
Never mind.
Mariette. You don't think we've bitten off more than we can chew, do you? I mean, look at us. We scarcely see John Blenheim. I wonder whether we should just cut our losses, tell Bristow to forget about the whole thing.
After all we've gone through? I'm not giving up now, Charlie.
The solicitor's been on to me again. Will we be able to finalize in time? 20 days.
Did you ask about the money for our hops?
Yes, of course I did. For about the 50th time. Same old story.
The man's nerve I can't get over. Nagging us when he hasn't even paid.
Mr. Bristow's still in Monte Carlo. Nobody else is authorized to sign the checks. Told you we should never have taken that holiday.
And I told you we needed the break.
going to get this brewery, Charlie. No matter what it takes. All right? Come here.
Morning.
Oh, morning, General.
Your husband about?
We could try the cowshed. How are you today?
Mustn't complain. You take each day as it comes when you get to my age.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah?
General's here to see you.
Oh! Do ask him to come in. Make sure he wipes his shoes first, though, won't you? Hello, General. What can I do for you today?
Well, Larkin, wonder if I might have a word.
Yes, have as many words as you like. This is not exactly a job that fills me with bon homie, as the French would say. Still, it's got to be done. Charlie wants it for his op gone.
I expect you heard about Sam Popham.
Yes, I have, poor old chap. How is... Mara and I was thinking of popping over there to see him in hospital.
Well, thankfully, he's on the mend,
Oh.
so I hear. Nevertheless, Larkin, the fact is, he's left a gap on our rural district council.
Yeah, shame. He was good at it, too.
And as chairman of the parish council, I've been mulling over a few names as possible replacements.
Oh, right. Well, who have you come up with then?
I always thought that Mr. Dawes at the post office would be good at something like that.
No, not him. He's far too dithery by half. What about Edith? Edith Pilchester. She'd be good. She needs a job with a bit of dignity.
Yeah, take her mind off that George business as well.
Yeah. Or you come to that, General. I mean, you'd be ideal. Oh, now, come on, General. You don't think... Oh, that's a good one, that is. Well, that's real fruity, that, General. Hey?
I'm absolutely serious, Larkin.
Can you see that? Councillor Larkin, OBE.
Mr. Sidney Larkin, MP.
No. Sir Sidney Larkin, Prime Minister.
Oh, yeah, I can just see moving into number 10.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good. Nice little drum, that. Easy access to the West End.
This is no joke, Larkin. I've talked it over with a few people locally, and we all believe that you're the best man for the job.
Well, thank you very much for the thought, General. I appreciate the offer, but no, thank you. I don't want anything to do with this council business, no.
You can't stand anything official, you see, General.
No.
But you're ideal, Larkin. You're shrewd, you've got all that energy, and you care about the area.
Thank you. As I said, I appreciate the thought, but N-O spells no. If you'll excuse me, the manure is calling.
General.
No hard feelings, eh, General?
Of course not, dear lady.
Tell you what, I've got to drop a homemade cider needs testing. Do you fancy a tipple?
I don't mind if I do.
Primrose, come to give me a hand?
I wish I could. Got to go to boring old school.
Well, I never thought I'd say this, but I envy you. This is a miserable job.
Are you still looking for more accountancy work?
Yes, I certainly am.
I told one of my teachers, Miss Winters, about you. I said you were fantastic.
Oh, did you? I'm very flattered.
Well, she's in a bit of a bind with her income tax. And when I told her you used to be with the Inland Revenue, she was very keen to meet you.
Thanks, Primrose. Remind me to pay you a commission.
I'll hold you to that. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, Charlie, I think I should warn you about something.
What?
She's not married. Bye.
All these? Well, after I got this flea in my ear from Jackson, I rang round every one of our suppliers. They all had the same story.
So it's not just our hot bill. Bristow's a barefaced liar.
But when you did his books...
Yes, all these were outstanding then. But he swore he'd settled them before he went abroad.
Well, I got in touch as soon as I found out. I thought it might help.
It might well.
How?
Well, you remember Bristow said his price included buying us heaps of goodwill.
Yes.
I don't see much goodwill here.
Come on! Way!
We got a piano, Sid. What do you want to go and buy another one for?
Oh, well, I didn't.
You stole it.
No.
What, you found it?
No. What's for tea?
Can you help yourself to that? Lovely boy, good boy. Everybody got everything?
Lovely, Ma.
Let's have a try of this.
Well, call me dense if you like, but how did you get that piano then?
Well, it's very simple, Charlie boy. Pass me the sauce, will you? Victoria, that's it. Here, Ma. I think I'm back on this tomato ketchup, you know. Lovely, yeah. Well, you know that Fred up at Oak Tree Farm? Well, he's got a piano that he wanted to get rid of. So he says to me, he says, Larkin, you want to buy a piano for 15 quid? So I said, yeah, all right, I'll take it. On one condition. He said, what's that? I said, that you deliver it. So he says, all right, well, we all know how heavy a piano is, don't we? Anyway, when he finds out how much it's going to cost him, you know, to have a couple of lads and a van to deliver it, well, he's not very happy, is he? So I says to him, I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take it off your hands, providing you give it to me for nothing. So he says, all right. And then what I do, I'll get him, his wife and his two sons to help me load it on the back of the truck.
Didn't.
Did. So now he's got extra space.
And you get a free piano.
Now, I've got more than that, because I got a bloke who wants to buy one for 30 quid.
Good old Bob.
Well, like I say, make a marvellous counsellor, your father, with a brain like that.
Rubbish. It's lovely, this, Ma. Absolutely. Beautiful, as usual. Charlie boy, what's up with you? Looks as though you got your thinking cap on. Want to buy a piano?
No. But it might be the way to buy a brewery.
It couldn't take more than a couple of blokes in a van to shift Bristow's.
What do you mean?
Pop, Bristow says the goodwill of his company is worth about £3,000. Now, I know that he happens to owe more than that in unpaid debts. The rest of his company is mortgaged to the bank. So what I'm thinking is this. Suppose we forget about the non-existent goodwill and ask the bank to give us the same mortgage that they've given to him all these years.
No, I don't follow you, Charlie.
What it amounts to is this, that we could buy the whole kit and caboodle without laying out any money at all. The brewery'd be just like your piano, Pop. After all Bristow wants is to get shot of it.
That's brilliant, Charlie. That's brilliant. Well done.
Thank you.
Sounds too clever for words.
I told Miss Winters you were a fantastic accountant.
Now, I see what you mean, Charlie. Well, it's worth having a go. It's one thing, though.
What's that?
You going to see the bank manager yourself?
No, I shan't go. Mariette and I have an arrangement. She's much better at that kind of thing.
Oh, good. That was just what I was going to suggest. Mariette, I think an extra dab of perfume behind the ears might be helpful.
Next on the agenda is grass verges. Mr. Baker's mower has broken, so we do need a volunteer for a week or two.
Come on, Robert. Here we are.
Excuse me, we are holding a parish council meeting.
Are you people handling the vacancy on the RDC?
Yes, we are.
Good. Tell them, Robert.
Yes. My name is Captain Robert Battersby, Her Majesty's Coldstream Guards.
We know who you are, sir.
I am formally giving notice.
No, sir, you are not. You will do it at the appropriate time. Now you will kindly leave us and let us get on with our business.
Where were we? Oh, good grief, if that ghastly man becomes our counsellor.
Do you know that he and his wife want to turn South Hill into a sand quarry?
Mrs. Dawes, when a man leaves the army and hangs on to the rank of a mere captain, we're dealing with a particularly nasty piece of work. The whole thing is unthinkable. Quite unthinkable.
Oh, I'm proud of you sometimes. Fancy being inspired by a piano. What's that? This time of night?
I've got to go.
You can send them away, whoever it is.
Come in, Miss...
Winters. Marion Winters.
Marriott, this is Miss Winters. She's one of Primrose's teachers.
She tells me you're absolutely amazing with figures.
Oh.
I'm Mrs. Charlton.
Oh, how do you do?
Pleased to meet you.
The thing is, I run a travel business part-time. Coach trips up and down the country, sightseeing, that sort of thing. And I'm desperately looking for someone to sort out my affairs. So to speak. Primrose said you might be able to cast an eye over my assets.
Good evening.
Oh, Montgomery.
I expect
his
you're
first bite.
why I chose those particular snippets of film.
I wonder how he is now in the back of beyond. Hope he's all right.
Yeah, of course he's all right. Bad news travels like an express train. You'd have heard by now.
Using every ounce of energy to achieve something.
The old homestead does seem a little quiet without the thunder of tiny feet. Ooh, oh, right, thank you. Which reminds me, it's about time Charlie and Mariette gave us another grandchild.
I was so busy with this brewery thing. I'm sure they'll get round to it. I'm so tired, bless them.
Oh, are they? I'm not. No, I'm, in fact, I'm rather frisky.
Easy way, passing the time.
Better put these away, didn't I?
My idle dreams. I looked up to see a lad of my own age.
What's the matter?
It's enough of that, Sidney Larkin. You keep your hands to yourself. I'm not in the mood. You're not in the mood? Don't want none of your hanky-panky here. Good night.
There's no other word for it. Ennobled. My friends, this was a revelation for me.
Of course. It'd be a different matter if you was rural district councillor.
Suddenly I realized that nothing worthwhile can ever be achieved without struggle, without physical hardship.
Jezebel!
Every sinew must be strained. We must strive till our very bones ache to achieve the magnificent climax. Victory in life's race.
Come here. I want to hold a cabinet meeting.
Get off!
Captain Battersby wants to turn it into a sand quarry, I heard.
Sand quarry? Who told you that?
Edith.
No, he'd never get permission from the council.
Oh, don't know. He's put himself up to be on the council.
Who said that?
Edith.
Blimey, strike a lot. Who'd vote for him?
Well, sand quarry means jobs. Jobs means votes.
Who told you that?
Edith.
Also mean the end of a beautiful piece of countryside.
Well, there's something you could do about it if you wanted to.
I know.
Far too early. Fancy a cup of coffee, General?
Oh, alas, no. I think not yet. I have to visit this sick friend, you know. No time.
All right. I'll just have to wait in there and hope I don't lose my nerve.
The very best of British luck, Mariette. I'm sure you'll charm the hardest-hearted slave of Mammon into submission.
Mwah. See you, General.
Yeah.
Thanks for the company.
No.
Mrs. Charlton, I'm Diana Parker. Banks do occasionally appoint women managers nowadays.
Oh, excuse me, dear lady. I wonder if you could direct me to Farnsworth's. It's an auctioneer's.
Oh, yes.
Bridge Street, I believe.
Bridge Street, yes.
Now then, Bristow's Brewery. I understand you and your husband wish to purchase it.
How much do you know already?
Only that the present owner is a customer of ours, and you and he have apparently agreed a price.
That was before we found out that Mr. Bristow has more than £3,000 in unpaid debts.
I see. I haven't actually had a chance to meet Mr. Bristow yet. I only took over the branch a couple of months ago, and he always seems to be abroad. Presumably you'll want to renegotiate.
Oh, yes.
Your new offer being?
Oh, to Mr. Bristow, nothing.
Perhaps you'd care to elaborate on that.
Well, the offer we propose is directed at you, Miss Parker. We're willing to take on the mortgage, but we certainly don't intend to pay anything for goodwill that isn't there. In fact, as Mr. Bristow owes money to practically every tradesman in the area, including us, by the way, all he's handing on is a large amount of ill will. It's on the verge of bankruptcy, Miss Parker.
I'm well aware of that. What makes you think you could save it?
You've got to do it, Pop. If nobody stands against Captain Battersby, we'll have a sand quarry in our back garden.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Would you all be seated? Thank you. Yep. I now call upon the candidates wishing to put their names forward for election for the Rural District Council.
I propose Captain Robert Battersby.
Is the person nominated prepared to stand?
Yes, I am.
Seconds? Mrs. Battersby. So noted. Anyone else? Are there any other candidates? Is there anyone else? No.
I propose Mr. Sidney Larkin!
Is the person nominated prepared to stand?
Yes, I am, General. Bravo. Mr. Chairman.
You said it'd be a walkover. You said there wouldn't be anyone else.
Well, I was wrong, Robert, for once. Now, listen. This Larkin chap is obviously popular. Now, Ambrose, see what you can find out about him. Try and dig up some dirt. Have you spoken to the Brigadier yet, Robert?
Not as yet, no.
Well, I think it's time we put some pressure on there.
Doing
like horses, then?
Love them. Used to ride all the time. Gymkhanas, point-to-points. Doesn't seem possible now.
Hey, I've got some news for you.
What?
Bristow's on his way back.
No.
Shh, I'm not supposed to tell anyone. Creditors Inland Revenue would be far too interested. So I'm just letting you know unofficially. Even this horse isn't supposed to know.
Why is he risking it then?
Well, there's an annual open day for the trade last week in October. Publicans and people. Well, it's more goodwill.
He's looking for another buyer.
Not necessarily.
Well, our agreement's up on the 30th.
No news from the bank yet.
Oh, still waiting to hear. Oh, Tom. I can't help feeling that even if the bank says yes, we're making a terrible mistake. All that debt we'd be letting ourselves in for.
What you need is a spot of lunch. Come and share my sandwiches. I know a great place for a picnic.
Picnic? In this weather?
Yeah. You only get one turn in this life, Mariette. One chance to make things different. Look at me. Do you know, a couple of years back, I tried to find a way of buying Bristow's. I dreamed of being something big, something successful. But that's all I did. Just dreamed about it. But you and Charlie, you've got the nerve, the spark. I mean, this latest idea of his, it's brilliant.
It works.
It took brains.
I could never have done it without your help, Tom.
Oh. It's not for me to try and get you into deep water.
I want things, Tom. I want to run a business. I want to be independent. But I also want to have time to spend on a family. It just seems hard to have both.
If anyone can, Mariette, it's you.
I think we should be getting back now, eh?
How long did you say you'd had this travel business?
It must be 5 years now.
And you've never received any income tax returns?
I may have. I tend to throw away anything I don't like the look of. Milk?
Please. Now, let me get this straight.
Finger cream?
What? Thank you. You organised the trip. You arranged the travel, the accommodation, the food, and so on.
Look, there's a hiking trip to Scotland coming up at half-term, and I'm going on it. Why don't you join me? That way you'll be able to see how the business works.
Well, No, I don't think that'd be possible.
Oh. Oh. Maybe you don't care for hiking.
Well, I've never really tried it.
Well, how do you know you like anything until you try it?
Who's that?
Looks like the press.
I can't imagine why the press would be interested in us.
Mr. Larkin, would you join us on the platform? Captain Batman, join us on the platform. Captain, would you join? Please, please. Captain, that is, will you sit here? Mr. Larkin, will you sit over here to my left? Righto. Ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of this meeting is to hear from the candidates nominated for election for the vacant post on the Rural District Council. Each of the nominees will have 5 minutes for their election address. But first of all, are there any questions about the procedure?
Mr. Larkin, can you tell us if it's true that you're not married to the woman with whom you've had 7 children?
Oh, please, sir, when I invited questions, I didn't anticipate anything.
Yes, that's true.
And is it true that you were once accused of committing an indecent assault upon a Mrs. Jeddah Boehm?
That was a frame-up. The judge threw it out of court. There was
Mark.
Wasn't there some scandal about some stolen money that was found at Home Farm?
Order, please!
We were helping the police. The police.
Hold on. Just hold on. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on, will you? Look, I can answer all that if you just give me 2 minutes. Mr. Larkin. What? Hold.
Aren't you going to read it out?
No, I don't think so, no.
Can I see?
No, Victor, no. Hey, just give me...
Violence broke out last night when candidate Sidney Larkin tried to dress
Guys,
an
that
election
wasn't any
meeting
violence.
for
See that picture?
Don't stand much of a chance, do I, after that little lot?
Sidney Larkin, are you ashamed of the way we brought these kids up?
No, of course I'm not.
Have you got guilty secrets you don't want people to know about?
No, of course I haven't, but I thought...
Well, you know what thought did. Followed the dust cart, thought was a wedding.
Hello. Ladies, gentlemen. My name is Sidney Larkin, and I'm standing for councillor on the local rural district
Don't want anyone preaching free love, not in front of the children.
Oh, no one's going to be preaching free love.
A woman won't be safe walking the streets.
Look, I mean, don't you want to talk about important things? I mean, things that need to be done. Like there are plans to make a sand
If you're
quarry.
not married, that makes your children illegal.
Look, just mind what you're saying, will you, madam?
Oh, I don't think a prospective councillor ought to lose his temper, do you?
I'm not losing my temper. I just said that's got nothing to do with it. But see, I'm not losing...
You ought to go do some real work, eh?
Hard at work, I see.
Visitors, Mr. Bristow?
Well, hello, you two. Please sit down. I expect you've come to talk about finalising the deal.
Not quite yet, Mr. Bristow. Just have a glance at this, would you? Welcome back, by the way.
What is it?
It's a list of the brewery's larger outstanding debts. By the way, it includes our account for hops.
Ah.
There's over £3,000 worth there, Mr. Bristow, which is a little more than the amount of goodwill you said we'd be buying.
I'll have the bank settle them in 7 days.
I have the most extraordinary sensation of déjà vu, Mr. Bristow. Do you know, you used almost exactly the same words 2 months ago. Well, I hope they are settled within 7 days, because if they're not, I'm afraid our deal will be off. Good day.
That's right, yeah. Well, I've never smiled so much in one afternoon in my entire lifetime.
My feet hurt.
It's not your feet, my face hurts.
Why's that then, Sid?
We've been out canvassing.
Oh, right. Usuals?
Yes, please.
Nice to see somebody's happy.
Yeah.
There you are.
Right, thanks.
There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, Mum. Here, Mum, have I got kick me written on my back or something like that?
No.
Maybe I've got a swallow nesting in me hat then, have I? Eh?
Something's tickling everybody's funny bone. What is it?
Lovely fine, though.
All right. What's the joke, Fred? Enough's enough. Come on.
Hey?
What's the joke? Let us in on it. Come on.
All right, well, you ask. How's that?
Have you seen that, Ma?
Where'd you get this?
Someone left a pile of them here this morning.
Who? I said who? I want to know who is trying to make a fool out of my old man.
No, the Battersby's land agent, Mr. Ambrose. He was here.
So Mrs. Blooming Battersby. Right! If it's war she wants, it's war she'll get!
You should never have done that, Fred. You should never have upset Ma. If I were you, I'd put away all your breakables.
Where you hide yourself.
Hello.
You wanted to see my expenses.
Oh.
Mr. Charlton, Cedric, have you given any more thought to my suggestion?
Oh, the hiking trip.
Yes.
Well, it would be a good way to see how the business worked.
Good, then you'll come.
Ah, well, now that might be a bit
Cedric,
difficult.
I've always found you a very attractive man.
Miss Winters.
Oh, Marion, please call me Marion.
Marion!
Charlie!
Married!
Oh, that makes you even more irresistible.
Charlie! Bristow Solicitors telephone. Can you call them back? What's going on?
Your husband was helping me with my tax problems and...
More like your sex problems.
Oh, Mariette! Wait!
Quiet, everyone. Quiet. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. And tonight, I am reconvening the meeting that ended such a shambles last Thursday night.
That again.
Next week, you'll have an opportunity to hear Mr. Sidney Larkin speak, but tonight it is the turn of Captain Robert Battersby to make his election address. I would like to explain my plan.
Big up.
And persuade you to vote me onto the Rural District Council. It is our intention to convert South Hill, which is part of our property, into an open-cast sand quarry.
It's an absolute disgrace.
Yes. But wait a minute, this will provide a great many jobs. Think of the income that such an enterprise would bring into the coffers of this council.
How much then? How much will it make then? Eh?
Well, I haven't worked it out in detail yet, but...
Let us be saved! Let us be saved! Let us be saved! The charity shall...
Who is this woman?
It's his natural child he had when he was in the army in India.
It's his other wife, child bride.
Shut it out! Let us be saved!
Heaven's sake, Mother, come down from there.
1-1, I think, dear.
You're right.
Right, here we are, come on. Here's to Marta Hari and her mum.
I never
Here
thought
you
I'd get
are,
away with it for a minute.
Wonderful, wasn't she? I wish I'd come. Use my bedspread now, look.
Please, the batter's been to play fair.
Well, no, I hope not. I want to see what your mum gets up to next.
No, what I've got to get up to next is your supper.
Oh, jolly good idea, Ma. That was it. Oh, Charlie boy. Just in time for a snifter. Oh, you did not miss a good time down at the village hall.
Actually, I was looking for Mariette.
Oh, she didn't come here, did she, Victoria? No.
It's just that she went out about an hour ago and I haven't seen her since.
Well, I wouldn't worry. She's probably popped round to somebody's house.
Actually, we had a bit of an upset.
Oh, dear. What about?
I told you, Charlie. I warned you about her.
Warning about who?
Miss Winters.
Who's Miss Winters?
One of my teachers at school. We call her Carry On Marion.
Carry on, Marion? Oh, dear. Dear, oh, dear. Oh, Marion, you... I'm not serious, are you?
Can I come in for a minute?
What's happened?
I think I've left home.
So, you've been up to no good with this Winters woman, have you?
No. Well, at least I...
Victoria, bed.
But I want to hear what Charlie's been doing with Primrose's teacher.
I'm going to count to 3. 1.
How do you expect me to learn about life?
2.
I have to go off to bed every time something
3.
interesting
Now,
happens.
bed at once. Good.
Go on, come on, hurry up.
Good.
So, you're going to tell us why you think that Mariette walked out on you?
Well, this person, Miss Winters...
Carry on, Marion.
If I hear one more peep out of you, there'll be trouble, understand?
Carry on, Marion. It's a good name, isn't it?
She chases after every man in sight.
She runs a business on the side. No. Holiday trips. She was having a problem with her income tax.
Well, how'd she find out about you?
Well...
From me.
You?
Well, I knew Charlie was looking for freelance work to help buy this brewery. She said she needed an accountant, so...
So, whilst you were going through her figures with a fine-tooth comb, Mariette came in just as you was getting to the bottom line.
Well, I wouldn't put it quite like that, but... yeah, sort of.
She was lying on top of him in the middle of the hop garden.
On top?
Maybe it's not quite as bad as underneath, but still.
Why did you go and see him in the first place?
She said Charlie was helping her with her tax problems.
Well, perhaps that's all there was to it.
Tom, I saw her. She was kissing him.
But was he kissing her? Come on, I'll give you a lift home.
I don't want to go home.
You're going back to talk to Charlie.
What's there to talk about?
Well, you won't know until you start. I've never made any secret of the fact that I'm very fond of you, Mariette. But you've got a husband and a baby. And a problem that needs to be discussed. Now, come on.
I suppose that was Tom Sargent. I think I better sleep in here tonight.
Oh, suit yourself.
And where did you think you were going?
I thought I'd go out and pot something.
What are you going to do about this? He made a laughingstock of you last night.
What do you expect me to do, Frida? I mean to say...
You mean to say what?
Gently, please.
Luckily, everybody realized it was just a prank by those blasted Larkins. Still, it shows it's time we took the gloves off.
Yes.
I keep telling you to approach the Brigadier. He's very influential locally, and he's utterly broke. You must win him over.
Right.
Mr. Larkin's here now. I'm sure you'll all be very interested in what he has to say. Hello.
Oh, well done, Edith. You're a brick. You done well gathering together a crowd like this.
Well, they're all longing to hear what you've got to say. Simply longing.
Yeah, well, let's give it a go then, Edith, shall we? Let's give it a go.
Mr. Larkin will speak now. Perhaps you'd care to gather round.
Right. Well, ladies and gentlefolk, you all know me, and I know you.
Here, here.
Thank you, madam. What I'd like to do is I'd like to ask you a straight question. And that is, well, hands up all those people who want to see a dirty, great big sand quarry right here, right on their front doorstep. Come on. How many of you? Put your hands up, all those people who do. None of you. Good. Nor do I. Now then, let's hear it from all those people who want to keep South Hill just as it is. An idyllic local beauty spot. Let's hear it all those... That's it. That's what we want it now. This really... No, hold on, I haven't finished yet. Get us a piece of cod and 6 of chips, will you, Edith? There we go.
Greetings, friend. Don't give me any of your lip. Get out of here.
I understood this to be common ground.
Well, you understood wrong.
Not according to the local ordnance map.
That's yours out of date.
Printed last year.
Look, are you going to sling your hook, or are things going to get rough?
We don't want any rough stuff, friend. If you can find a legal reason why we shouldn't be here, then show it. Otherwise, leave us in peace.
You ain't heard the end of this.
Mariette! Phone! Coming! Hello? Hello?
You are, Cedric. I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hello?
Look, I'm sorry if your wife got annoyed yesterday.
Yes, well, I couldn't blame her.
I hope you'll still do my tax return, and we can continue to be friends.
Friends, yes.
Good.
Hello, Charlie.
Hello, Ma.
I brought John Blenheim to see you. Here, say hello to Daddy.
Hello, John Blenheim. He was a good boy then.
Hello. I know you, didn't I? Seen you up the school on Parents' Day. Teach my daughter, Primrose Larkin.
Yes, that's right. How do you do, Mrs. Larkin? Well, you'll let me know if you need any other papers, won't you, Cedric?
Yes.
Cheerio.
Thanks, Ma.
Just in time.
See those gypsies are back, eh, Harry? They got a nerve, haven't they, eh? Camping on a common.
Right, not doing anyone any harm, are they?
Oh, yes? You'd have them staying on your land then, would you?
Well, if they want to come, they'd be welcome.
Yeah, kids are lovely. Chirpy as sparrows.
Bunch of little thieves.
You've no reason to say that. As it happens, I get on very well with the gypsies.
Another reason not to vote for you.
Well, it's a free country, isn't it, eh? You don't have to.
Ladies and gentlemen, please. We're supposed to be playing whist. This is neither the time nor the place for barrack-room politics. Mr. Larkin will be speaking at the next parish council meeting, and everyone will have an opportunity to ask him questions then. Now, I'm playing clubs.
Sorry, folks. I've got to go.
How are things?
I suppose you mean Charlie.
I mean the brewery, really.
Bristow's back in England. Either he's here to settle his debts, which means we'll have to find 3,000 quid goodwill, or he's got himself another buyer. Our agreement's up on the 30th, so we'd be free to sell. Whatever happens, I don't think the bank will go along with Charlie's scheme. All sounds a bit too harebrained for them. Meanwhile, Charlie and me are working every blasted hour of the day and not getting anywhere. Now we're not even speaking to each other. I don't know. I don't know what to do, Ma.
Well, I'll tell you what you are not going to do. You are not going to think about that brewery again till you've had a good sleep. Now, I will look after John Blenheim.
Oh, I can't,
The bed in
Ma.
your old room's made up. Come on, I want you to go straight upstairs like a good girl. Go on, yes, you can. I'll call you dinner time.
I've got to do the
No, I don't want to
pheasant-
hear anything. I've got to, thank you, miss. You just do as you're told. Go on. Mariette, are you carrying on with Tom Sargent?
No, Ma. He's just someone to talk to, a friend.
Do you really think Charlie's up to something with that carry-on Marion? Well, isn't it all a bit daft? Someone's got to say sorry.
Frida, where are you going?
Oh, good morning. I heard you had a spot of bother last night.
Did say that.
Damn shame. I might be able to help you, actually.
I see.
Have you heard of a chap called Larkin?
Who?
He owns a place down the road, Home Farm. He's got stacks of room. He said he'd simply love to have you.
What, all of us?
Why, of course.
Home Farm, you say?
That's right. Half a mile down the road on the left. You can't miss it. Good morning.
Right, come on, let's get packed up. We've got another cab down the road. Quick, you like.
What did you say that for? It's called politics, Robert. Is it? These chaps are your guarantee for a place on the Rural District Council.
Are they?
When Larkin finds them parked on his field, he has two alternatives. Either he lets them stay and we'll accuse him of lowering the tone of the neighborhood, or he turfs them off, in which case we'll say he's a heartless brute. Either way, he can't possibly win.
Oh. Hey, tell me something. You do business with that Bristow's brewery, don't you?
That's right, more's the pity.
Oh, yeah. Right, having trouble getting him to shell out, are you?
Trouble? It's like getting wool off a tortoise.
When was the last time he coughed up?
Dunno. When did the Titanic go down?
Oh, so you haven't had any money in the last day or so, then?
Don't make me laugh. No one has. If you're lucky, you get a £5 on account at Christmas.
It's good news, Bill.
What do you mean, good news?
do.
Much obliged to you, Governor.
Oh, yeah? What for?
Oh, letting us use your land.
Oh, I am I?
That's what the lady said.
What lady?
Highfalutin. Had a geezer with a moustache with her. Looked like a badger.
Captain Battersby.
Are you saying we can't picture you?
No, no, I'm not saying that.
Come on.
Running for councillor, are you?
Well, trying to, yeah.
So, can we stay or what?
As you're giving me your full support, I can hardly refuse.
Hi, George. All right. Give us 10 gallons of regular, will you? And check the tyre, check the oil, check the radiator, and don't forget, vote Larkin.
Will do.
You all right now, Miss Winters?
Marion, please. Say what absolutely amazing.
Oh, it's pretty simple, really. It was just,
Oh, I'm fascinated by cars, but I know absolutely nothing about them. Perhaps we could go for a drink one evening. And you could tell me all about pistons and things. Oh, now about the bill. I really must...
No. You can buy me a drink.
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly.
Yes.
Well, if you insist. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's brilliant, that is. I bet she never pays for a thing. All in all, you know, Mike, it hasn't been a bad day.
Yeah?
Yeah, I made a fiver on those old farm implements I got at the sale, a fiver for the wheelbarrow, and 10 quid on the tractor spares.
Oh. Well, I'm going to need some ready cash soon. Start laying in supplies for winter.
All right. Here, don't get any spugs, though, will you? Because, you know that old gnome we had in the garden? Well, old Reg Mantley took a fancy to it.
Never.
Yeah, he did. And I swapped it. You know what I swapped it for? A tin of tractor oil and 200 weight of King Edwards. Oh, this is lovely, this bath. It's much better than our swimming pool. Less frogs in here, aren't you know?
And can you give half a sack of them potatoes to Charlie and Mariette? Because they need all the help they can get at the moment.
Well, still a big cloud of depression, is there, over the bungalow?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, Mariette always was hot-headed. And they're young, see? Takes time.
Morning, Mariette.
Morning, Pop.
Hello, John B. Hey, how's my blooming boy, then? Ma sent over some spuds. We've got a glut up at the farm.
Thanks, Pop. No one seems to have much of an appetite round here these days.
You and Charlie boy still doing 10 rounds? Hey? I take it that means yes.
Look, it wasn't me wrestling in the hop garden with Primrose's teacher.
I know. Thing is, I just caught a glimpse of that carry-on, marry-on lady. And I reckon that you got her all wrong.
Pop, I saw her. She was
Look,
lying
I
on...
know. You just hear me out. Look, she's cleverer than you think. She's not interested in Charlie boy. She's not. You know what she is? Well, sufficient is it to say, she's the sort of woman who uses men to get things done for nothing. That's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, My opponent in this election has chosen to act as host to a tribe of gypsies. Ah, yes. To a tribe of gypsies. Hospitable of him, you may say.
No, out of here. Come on, shoo!
Out of my sight! Don't you dare!
I have nothing against gypsies so long as one doesn't have to live next door to them.
Here, here. Well said, sir.
And as long as they don't go around telling clothes pegs and selling fortunes. I think that went rather well.
Do you know, I actually saw that man Ambrose paying children to scrawl all over Mr. Larkin's posters.
That is not
Brigadier, just the man I'm looking for. My husband and I so much want your advice. Can you spare us a moment? Really, I wasn't.
Robert! Robert!
You want another one? Bit more? No? Finished now? All right. Then. You know, your ma and me, we're very fond of old Charlie boy. Yeah. When he first came here, you know, as representative of the Inland Revenue, well, me, we didn't know what to make of him. But, you know, you two, you seem to hit it off. And, well, that was nice. We were really pleased, and we thought so. Well, let's hope they make a go of it. Because it's not easy, you know. It's very difficult. Marriage. I think that, myself, that marriage is a bit like, well, it's a bit like buying a new motor car. You know, you see it and you think, well, that's it. It's going to be perfect. It'll stay like that forever. But it don't. Has to go back to the garage every so often. And some more than most. But you and Charlie, you seem to be getting on all right. I mean, since you've been together, you've changed, you've grown up a lot, and, well, you've given him tremendous confidence. So, what I'm trying to say is that you two, you're not alone, either of you. You've got a family behind you. Yeah, I know. Never lose sight of the ones who love you. All right? Yeah. Good Lord, is that the time? I'm supposed to be at a meeting in the village 5 minutes ago. Oh, your mum will be hopping. Bye.
Bye.
Ta-ra, love.
See you, Pop.
By the way, what's the name of that lady bank manager you went to see?
Diana Parker. Why?
You never know. I might need a loan.
The servant was absolutely marvellous. Tons and tons of top-grade sand just waiting to be quarried at South Hill. So Robert and I are floating a company to develop it.
That is, Frida was thinking that you might be interested in a directorship.
Well, not executive, but well remunerated, of course. Though I should think that'd be the last thing you'd be worried about, Brigadier.
No.
nice surprise, Pop.
Well, I was on my way to Ashford to do a bit of business, and I thought to myself, well, why don't we go and get the fireworks like we always do?
Oh, yeah. Could have baked beans on toast in the cafe in the high street. I'm starving.
Baked beans on toast it is! Shan't be a tick, Primrose. You stay here and guard this lot with your life.
You bet I will.
Morning, Mrs. Dawes.
Morning, Brigadier. Haven't seen you for a while.
No, well, I've been very tied up with all this election business. That's why I've been unable to come in and settle my account with you. For which my sincere apologies. Now, let me see, it was,
£7.13 and 9, sir. Now, get your hands off them fireworks. You'll be going up in smoke. Oh, Miss Pilchester, the pattern book you ordered's come in.
Good morning, Miss Pilchester. And, would you put a couple of stamps on those envelopes for me?
Oh. Electric and telephone?
Yes, well, I've had a lucky windfall. Now, Miss Pilchester, perhaps you care to join me for...
Right, here we are then. Just down the road. Just a couple of steps.
I'm not sure I should have let you talk me into coming, Mr. Larkin.
Oh, now, come on, Miss B. You're not changing your mind. I know that's a lady's privilege.
It's as I said. I can't help thinking that what you're proposing is not strictly ethical. Such matters should be dealt with through the proper channels.
You know, Miss P, when I first laid eyes on you, I thought to myself, now there's a woman who knows what's what. There's a woman who's upstanding and honest. A woman who wants to see wrongs righted. Now is not the time for second thoughts. I mean, you're not going to let that Mr. Bristow get away with cheating on innocent people, are you?
Well, I wouldn't put it quite as strongly as that, but...
No, well...
I must confess to being quite intrigued by your plan.
Good. Come on, then. That's the spirit.
So this is it?
Yes. This is Bristow's best beers. Come to think of it, it's not Mr. Bristow's, is it? It's practically yours. It being mortgaged neck-high to the bank. Come on. Oh, hello, Fred. I didn't know you sold Bristow's.
I don't know anyone who does. This lot are only here for a free drink.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
I'm Ernest Bristow. I don't think I've had the pleasure.
Larkin, sir. Sidney Larkin.
Are you a landlord, Mr. Larkin?
Oh, no, sir. I prefer to stand on the other side of the counter, me.
Well, help yourself. I may say the beer has never been better. Oh. Has it, Tom? This is Tom Sargent, my chief brewer.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Sergeant?
What are you doing here, Mr. Larkin?
Come to buy a brewery.
You what?
Hang about, you'll find out. Ready? We go into action. Oh! I might find you two here when there's free beer going. Mr. Bristow, can I have a word, sir?
Well, how can I help?
Yeah, my daughter and her husband sold you some hops earlier in the year. They're probably these very ones I'm holding at the moment, sir. And they still haven't been paid for them.
The check's in the post.
Yes, that's what you said 3 months ago. You probably remember Mr. Bill Jackson. He was saying the same thing. And that goes for half the tradesmen in this district.
All in good time.
No, I think now's a good time to talk about it, Mr. Bristow.
Look, I sent a cheque to my bank. If they haven't made the payments, it isn't my fault. Why don't you discuss it with the manager? Now, excuse me.
But we are discussing it in front of your bank manager.
I haven't got time for jokes.
I'm Diana Parker. We haven't met because you've been abroad since I was appointed.
Diana?
Parker, your new bank manager. For the last 2 months.
Ah.
And I have to say that as of this morning, we haven't received a penny from you in settlement of any debts at all, including overdue interest owing to us.
We own a brewery.
We are a winning team. Oh, no, almost forgot. Right, put one of these on. I ran these up last night. We've got to support the other Larkin team now. Make sure they win.
Well, we own a brewery now, Charlie. Sure we can help. Hey, that's the bus! Stop!
You got a second, Governor?
Hey? Oh, yeah. What's up? Anything wrong?
I reckon there is.
Oh, yeah? What's that, then?
I'm causing you a lot of trouble.
No? How do you make that out?
Well, you want to win this councillor job, don't you?
Well, yes.
You stand a better chance without having us camped on your land. So we've had a talk. We decided to move on.
No. I don't want you to leave.
Why not?
Because it'll look as though I've turfed you out. And if I thought the only way to get on the Rural District Council was to ask you to leave, well, I'll tell the council that they can stick their job where the monkey puts his nuts.
You can do without getting into any more fights. Having your name in the papers.
Well, that's what politics is all about, isn't it? If you really want to do me a favour, you stay where you are, all right?
Well, at least we can give you a hand with all this lot.
Ah, now you're talking. Yes, I want all this lot and your lot on the top of my fire.
You got a meeting tonight?
Yep, that's right. At the village hall. Friends, Romans and earwigs, lend me your countrymen.
Lovely. Mr. Larkin? Right, now, ladies and gentlemen, now, as most of you know, our last 2 meetings had to be adjourned because of unseemly interruptions from the floor. I trust that nothing of that nature will occur tonight. Mr. Sidney Larkin.
As Romeo said to Juliet, I have not come here to make a speech. No, what I really wanted to say was, when I first set foot in this part of the world, I was just a nipper. Came down from Sidcup with my mum and dad and my 2 aunties to go hop picking. Only toffs and squires missed the hop picking. But you never seen nothing like it. What with the teasing and the chai hiking and the back chat and the beery fighting. Yeah, and the wenching. It was more than just a couple of weeks harvesting. It was a way of life. It was warm, it was friendly, it was earthy. And I knew from that moment this is where I wanted to live. So I kept coming back. One day I finally met a beautiful Kentish maid. So I settled here. I settled in this part of the world which they call the Garden of England. And believe me, it's the most beautiful place in the world. And I want to keep it that way. And if you elect me, that is precisely what I'll try and do. Because you see, I love Kent. I love it like my own. That's all I wanted to say, really. Thanks.
Ooh, nice cup of rosy.
Pop?
Mm-hmm.
You know about horses, don't you?
Yep, of course I do, sweetheart.
Well, it's horse racing we want to know about, really.
Oh, yeah? What do you want to know?
Well, we were wondering how you decide which horse to put your money on.
Well, you look at the runners, don't you?
Runners?
Oh, yeah, the horses and the riders, and then you check their form.
What's form?
Form? Well, it's what they did in the past, you know. It's whether they win or lose or not. You know, when it's been raining or when the ground's hard.
And then you put your money on the one with the best record.
Yeah, that's right, sweetheart, yeah. Listen, what is all this? What do you want to know all this for?
Just that some of the kids at school have been making a book.
What is it you're betting on exactly?
The election, of course.
Of course. Right, then. Come on. Tell me, what's my price?
3-1.
Oh, I see. And Captain Battersby?
Evens.
I see. I don't think I want to hear any more of this, thank you.
We bet on you, of course, though, Pop.
Oh, I should hope so.
Victoria was a bit worried about losing her money.
So I put sixpence in Battersby as well.
Hello there, George.
Stay to say goodbye. Wish you luck.
Oh, you don't have to go yet. The best is yet to come.
We've got to be on our way. Winter quarters in the New Forest. Long haul to make. Now, you and your good lady wear these today.
Oh.
You win your election for sure. It's going to be the luckiest day of your life.
Bless you.
Kushti Bok.
Kushti Bok. Nice.
Good morning, Miss Pilchester.
Judas! Oh, my God!
Will you move on if you have to? Watch out for the man.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you.
I suppose you're going to vote for them. And all for 30 pieces of silver. Iscariot!
Miss Pilchester, would you mind explaining your extraordinary behaviour?
Whistling!
Yes, I know where to go.
Ow! I don't want to do this anymore.
Well, if we don't, no one else will. Papa won't be home till dark. He'll be jolly grateful.
Well, I don't think this is a job for girls. For young ladies, that is. We should have gone to try and find a man.
Men? That's all you ever think of. You always think carry on marrying.
That's enough of that, you nasty little earwig.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Flo. Win or lose today, I've achieved one ambition. I've got a brewer in the family.
Yeah, it makes you thirsty just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, look out.
You said my pattern book would come in, Mrs. Dawes.
Oh, yes, Miss Pilchester. I'll just go and get it.
Oh, this is absolutely ghastly.
What's the matter, Miss Pilchester? You don't seem very well.
Oh, I've done a terrible thing. Unspeakable. I've slandered an upright man.
Oh, there, don't take on. What happened?
It's this article on the front page. Rare first edition turns up in local auction. Ex-army officer's lucky find in attic. 250 guineas for little-known work. Oh, what have I done?
I tell you, it's against the law.
No, it's not.
You're bribing people to vote Larkin.
No, we're not.
You're giving your supporters free alcohol.
Actually, we're giving it away to everybody.
Even people who vote for your husband, Mrs. Battersby. Fancy a sniff to yourself?
Where's that damn fool policeman?
That damn fool policeman's right behind you, madam.
Well, arrest them. Go on, you stupid man, arrest them.
Well, no. They can't be breaking the law if they don't charge for it. And they offer it to all and sundry.
If anyone's breaking the law, madam, it's you. I had intended not bringing this matter up until after the polling was finished, but you give me no choice.
What are you talking about?
About electoral malpractices, Mrs. Battersby.
I beg your pardon.
About trying to use my influences in the district on your husband's behalf.
I refuse to stand here and be insulted by this stupid old gas bag. Robert! Robert, we are going home.
Sorry, I must fly.
Bye, Major.
Oh. He's a bad sort of bloke, is he?
It's interesting about his golf handicap, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know what we do now, Mum. Just hang about and wait and see, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't stand here. Yeah, I've got a party to get ready. Come on.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What am I going to...
Brigadier, I'm so sorry. It was so unworthy of me. Can you ever forgive me? I didn't realise you were hatching such a clever plan.
Perfectly understandable, dear lady. You see, I was employing an old Indian army trick that we used to use with potential mutineers. Give them enough rope, and they'll soon hang themselves. Come along, let's have a drink on it.
I've just had an idea.
I hope it's a nice one.
Oh, I don't think you'll disapprove. We're going to have to mount an advertising campaign for the brewery. And for that, we'll need a new brand name.
And?
Blenheim Beers?
Lennon beer. Perfect.
Oh, Mark! Winter's in the air, you can smell it. Come on, let's get everything started. They're all waiting.
Oh, hang on, Sid. Well, maybe nothing to celebrate.
Yeah.
Brigadier's here with Miss Colchester.
Oh, well, thank God for that. Now, I'm going to open a bottle for better or for worse, I tell you. Where is he, Jenna? Come on in.
All right, Maria. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. You all come a little closer. I will now announce the result of the Rural District Council election. Held today, the 5th of November, 1959. Captain Robert Battersby, 298 votes. Mr. Sidney Larkin, 532 votes.
So, can I borrow that? Thank you.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, I have prepared a few words in case of such an eventuality, and I'd like to share them with you now at this moment. Yeah. To you. How did that? Who?